seconds here.
Yep, as soon as I see it, I'm going to hit the play there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jodine.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, here we go.
Hello. I am so excited to share this information with you today about the connection between food and mood. What you eat dictates how you feel. And I'm really excited to share this information because this is my passion. This is my joy. My name is Melissa Olson, and I am a board-certified traditional naturopath. I help people just like you every day gain more energy, feel better, reduce their pain, improve their digestion, using the tools of nature. You can connect with me at any time through my private Facebook group, Naturally Vibrant You, or through my website at vibrantwellcare.net. I hope to see you soon.
Well, yay. Thank you, Melissa, for being with us today. You bring so much value to this group. You know, there's been a lot of times in my own life, I have found that I was an emotional eater. When I got really anxious, I would just throw it down. Well, then I had to pay for it on the back end.
Yes.
So, you know, there's so many things how our food and our emotions are tied together. I want to thank you so much. I know that you had to close your office to make sure that you got here on time. I honor you so much. It's so very special for you to take your time out for us today. And thank you so much. I don't want to go into your time, so I know you have so much information to give us. Please just go right ahead. Thank you again.
Oh, it's my pleasure. This is fun for me. So I love doing things like this. Okay, we're going to talk about food and mood, and it is such a powerful topic. Really, what it comes down to is what you eat creates who you are. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Good food in, good thoughts out. So I was asked to talk about the connection between food and mood, but it's so much bigger than that. So I'm going to add a few other things as well. I hope that's okay. Just because there's a reason that what we eat makes a difference. And there's a reason why some people can eat those same things and get zero results. And other people can eat those things and feel better. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that connection as well, because I don't like it when people don't get results. Okay, I want everybody to feel better, and I want to really unwind that for all of us. So first, I'm going to start with the top 10 foods to promote a more positive mood, right? And these are all based on nutrients. There are certain nutrients that our bodies need in abundance that we tend to lack. So the first one is leafy greens and broccoli. Okay, leafy greens like kale and bok choy, they contain folate, not folic acid, different thing, folate. They contain calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Those are all shown to improve depression. Those foods also help toxins leave our liver faster, right? That sounds great. There's nothing wrong with that. Mussels and oysters, number 2. They contain vitamin B12, which is really important for neurotransmitters and brain and nerves. So neurotransmitters, that's about mood. Neurotransmitters are serotonin and GABA and norepinephrine. Those are all about mood, depression, anxiety, all of that. Many people are very low in B12 and they really don't even know it. It's more of a subclinical level. Fish and fish oil, number 3. Studies have shown that fish high in omega-3s reduces depression. Super great. It's got EPA and DHA. Those are all about brain health. But the essential fatty acids also work on cardiovascular issues, on heart issues, on joint health. There are so many reasons why you would want to get omega-3 fatty acids in your diet. Some people's bodies do not respond well to fish. So we do have plant versions of the omega-3s as well. So you'll have to figure out which one works for you, but there are options. Number 4, nuts. Nuts are a great source of vitamin E and a great source of those essential fatty acids. One study found that in the Mediterranean diet, if they supplemented with nuts, they found, specifically hazelnuts, they found a significant reduction in depression. That's great. How about berries, number 5? Berries in particular have been found to protect the brain, and they can reduce your risk of Alzheimer's by up to 35%. Berries are good, right? You can eat those all day long. How about number 6, lentils, chickpeas, and beans? This is more about zinc, folate again, and the absorption of zinc can reduce blood sugar. Sorry, I lost my train of thought all of a sudden. Zinc helps with digestion. Good digestion will balance blood sugar, and blood sugar is directly related to anxiety. If you find that your anxiety peaks mid-afternoon or just before bed, it is very likely that your anxiety is directly related to blood sugar. Number 7, how about dark chocolate, right? We all love dark chocolate. That one seems pretty good. The antioxidants, the phenols in cocoa, have been known to improve calmness and contentedness. That's pretty good. You can add it to sugar, smoothies. You can add it to baked goods. It really just no sugar, cocoa. Okay, that's the good one. Pumpkin seeds, number 8. A quarter cup contains almost half the daily dose of magnesium. Magnesium is one of those really, really great minerals that relaxes. It relaxes the nervous system and it relaxes the muscles. Okay, it can also protect you from depression and anxiety. Pumpkin seeds contain zinc. They contain omega-3s. They contain tryptophan, which helps you sleep, right? Everybody knows if we get better sleep, we improve our mood. The other bonus is pumpkin seeds also kill parasites. Parasites in our gut are directly related to depression. I have yet to see a depression case in my office where there are not parasites involved. Okay, number 9, how about fermented foods? Research is shedding light on this link between the gut-brain axis. And fermented foods help send those signals from the gut to the brain, reducing depression, reducing anxiety. Okay, fermented foods are really important. Turmeric, number 10, that's the last one. Sometimes it's called curcumin because that's the active ingredient in turmeric. It's an anti-inflammatory compound that's effective as an antidepressant as well. You can drink it in a tea, you can add it to your food, just get some turmeric in. It is really a great way to reduce inflammation, not only in the gut, but also in the brain and in the joints and the rest of the body. So that's one of those superfoods as well. So why do some people eat those great foods and they don't get results, and other people eat those great foods and they do? It all comes down to gut health. Did you know that 95% of your neurotransmitters for your brain are made in your gut? That is really critical information. So if your gut microbiome is not balanced, your body will not make those happy, healthy neurotransmitters. Yeah, do you see the connection there, how important that is? This is really exciting. If you have leaky gut, you have leaky brain. Another way to say it is gut on fire, brain on fire. We've all heard those little phrases. So why would our gut be compromised and not making the neurotransmitters? There are several reasons. And sometimes it's kind of difficult to know where to start, which one to address first, or basically what to do at all. How do I fix those things? As I said before, parasites contribute a great deal towards depression. Parasites consume your nutrients, so now you're nutrient deficient, and they excrete a waste product, which is almost always a neurotoxin, right? It's toxifying your nervous system. So now you're nutrient deficient and you've got these toxins that your body has to deal with. No wonder it's depressed and not doing well, right? Fungal overgrowth is another reason why you might not be getting the nutrients out of your food, why your body might not be making those neurotransmitters. Fungal overgrowth happens for several reasons. Candida is the most common form that we think of, that we hear the most about. And Candida is naturally occurring in our body, but as we have other toxins in our gut, Candida will overgrow to shrink wrap them in place to keep us safe. It's trying to protect us, but in doing so, also creates a neurotoxin. It's got a byproduct that our bodies can handle in tiny, tiny amounts, but not very much of. So fungal overgrowth contributes towards feelings of being overwhelmed. That's the most common feeling we get from fungal overgrowth. Blood sugar imbalances. And you can have those two together. They go together quite often. If you have a fungal overgrowth, you may also have blood sugar imbalances. Does not mean diabetes, just means your blood sugar fluctuates. It's not as stable and solid as it could be all the time. So when our blood sugar dips, that's when we get anxious. So I said this before, if you notice that your anxiety kind of comes on mid-afternoon or right before bedtime, it's very likely that it's related to your blood sugar dropping. And the way to handle that is to take some of those berries that we talked about as one of the superfoods and to eat a handful of them, whole, fresh fruit, okay? That will give your blood the sugar that it needs without spiking it, because there's a lot of fiber in fruit also. Okay, so that will start to balance the blood sugar, and you may notice that the anxious symptoms go down, right? That's a fun, easy way to handle blood sugar balance. Your if you do not have enough probiotics in your gut, that's where we talk about those balance a low mood, according to a study just recently. And that has to do with the signals that are sent between the gut and the brain, and they change your mood. Probiotics are the triggers, okay? Very fun. A couple ways to do that. You can do, which we're, you eat, live on, a whole new thing called postbiotics. These are short-chain fatty acids that on their own. It is cool. So there are ways to go about that one. You have help. The other going to run is you will not have the ability to break down and digest experience out of.
Uh-oh, did we lose? We lost Melissa. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
We're back.
There you go. You're back.
Awesome. You want me to just keep going?
Just go ahead. Yeah. You popped off, but now you're back.
I'm not sure, so I'll back up just a tiny. If you cannot break down your food and utilize your food, you will have trouble. Get from using food to balance your mood. That is just not safe to do the job that it needs to do. Sometimes that has to do with enzymes, sometimes it has with the fungus and the of the liver juices need to be used. There's a lot of reasons. Nutrient deficiencies can lead to depression and bipolar. Neurotransmitters, talked a little bit about neurotransmitters, GABA, serotonin. Tryptophan is a neurotransmitter used for
All right, it looks like we're having a little technical difficulty. We'll see if she jumps back on again. Melissa, are you on?
I'm not sure the problem is. I am here.
All right, it just popped you off, so I was just gonna come on and save Gail there for a second. She had a panic look on her, in her eyes. So I will jump off, but I just wanted to make sure. It might be that.
I'll just keep going as long as I'm here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
You're good. Take it away.
Okay. All right. They contribute towards depressed mood and contribute towards anxiety. So eating things like gluten, corn, dairy, soy, those are all going to be problems for your body. because they create inflammation in a way that is not helpful for the brain or the gut or the mood. So I thought that I would go through a few different ways that I use products in my office to balance mood in my clients. And remember, the tools that we use will differ depending on the actual cause. And when you work with a naturopath, we try to find the actual cause. So we'll look and see, is it a parasite? Is it a fungus? Is it a neurotransmitter issue, right? Where can we make change permanently in the body that you don't have to struggle with mood issues? So here's a few things. I do have in my office a product designed for anxiety, real easy. For those kinds of things, we don't even necessarily need to know the cause. Homeopathics just teach how to handle it. There are herbal products like Calmzyme and Stresszyme that use valerian and hops and wild lettuce and some of those other herbs to help balance anxiety, balance mood. I have a homeopathic product called CerebroMax. And CerebroMax actually teaches your body how to make more neurotransmitters, all of them. It works for sleep, it works for mood, it works for memory issues. That's a really, really great one. Anybody who's got a compromised gut could benefit from CerebroMax. Elevate is another homeopathic specifically for depression. Teaches the body how to handle depression. Homeopathics are teachers, so that's why I like to use them. Valerian. Valerian is an herb that relaxes. It's the original form of Valium, right? So if you're very anxious, or if you're having trouble sleeping, or if you're in borderline panic attacks, valerian is a really great tool to have on hand. Angstrom lithium, depression. Huge, huge, huge problem. People don't have enough lithium in their bodies. Also leads to bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, to not have enough lithium. Sometimes your mood is affected by emotions and not just the gut. So how about the Bach flowers? Bach flowers teach your body how to handle emotions, so that those emotions, you can separate the emotional component from the mood, from the neurotransmitter and the gut component, because they are different. And sometimes they just get all wrapped up into one big package. So all of these fun things that I did talk about, you can find on my private store. It's called vibrantwellcarestore.com, and it's private. So the password to get in is Vibrant Wellcare. If you are interested, go ahead and take a look around. I have a whole section in there on products that I use to balance mood, because sometimes we can't unwind it all on our own. We need some extra help. And I do have freebies for you. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, you're going to write this down so you can get some free tools. One is, okay, you can find this on my business Facebook page, okay, vibrantwellcare.com in Facebook, or I can give you the link. It's https://bit.ly/VA anxiety tools. And you will get that download. It's a very quick, easy one. It'll give you 6 ways to handle anxiety in the moment. Okay. More freebies. You can go to https://bit.ly. Everybody knows about bit.ly links. VW More Energy. And I have a whole download for you on how to get more energy. Because just think about how much more energy would improve your mood. If you're not exhausted, your mood is improved. So let's get some tools for handling more energy. Okay. I also have created an online class for you to relieve 50% of your symptoms right away. It goes through 13 areas of your life and makes tiny changes that yield really big results. So imagine what it would do in your life to have 50% more energy, 50% better mood, or 50% better digestion. All right, so you can go check that out, vibrantwellcare.net, and you will find the link for that class. There's a couple other tools that I use a lot for my clients, and one is about mindset. So we have this mindset that if we want to feel better, we need to eat junk food or comfort food. That typically backfires on us, okay? It backfires for a number of reasons. First of all, it increases inflammation generally, and it's really high in sugar, so it spikes your blood sugar, right? Or it's high in fats, not really giving your body the nutrients or the tools that it needs to handle mood. So let's talk about mindset and food. vibrantwellcare.net, and you can go and find my little booklet on how to handle food and mindset. Basically, it's a workbook that walks you through how to identify your stumbling blocks when it comes to food and mood. Okay, you deserve to feel better. You deserve to have good, healthy food in your body, right? Because that's what it's about. You deserve it. Take care of yourself. Honor yourself and what your body needs. That's what the mindset is all about. Okay, really great information there. And then the other one that I have is called the Best Body Diet, and this is the diet that I put almost all of my clients on. It is a whole food based diet. It creates great digestion. It helps to eliminate blood sugar spikes. It keeps your body energized. It keeps your nutrients up, and it keeps your body moving forward through the day so that you can have a good mood. And if you combine the Best Body Diet with the food and mindset workbook, you have a great recipe for success there, because now you know that you deserve good food. You deserve to feel good. Yeah. And then you'll know what those foods are. In the Best Body Diet, I do teach you how to read a label so that you know exactly what you're putting into your body. Garbage in, garbage out, good food in, good things come out. Okay. So that's really important to understand what you're putting into your body. I have noticed that many, many people are still consuming artificial sweeteners. They are linked to anxiety. Every time I see people come into my office with those sodas in their hand and they're almost a borderline panic attack and they're right there drinking that. We got to stop doing those things. It messes with the brain receptors. Okay. Stop the artificial foods, dyes. Artificial dyes create attention deficit. So you can do this both ways. You can consume foods that improve your mood, but can also consume foods that make it worse. Typically, the foods that make it worse are going to be synthetic, man-made, and packaged. Okay, artificial sweeteners are not natural. They will create depression and anxiety. Food dyes are not natural. They will contribute towards ADHD, attention issues, and compulsiveness. Yep, because they mess with your GABA. GABA is about compulsiveness. Basically anything, if you do not know where it's grown, it's not really a food. So in the Best Body Diet, I do teach you how to read your labels so that you understand what you're putting into your body, how to identify the sneaky names for dairy and the sneaky names for soy and the sneaky names for corn, the sneaky names for gluten, those things that are really hidden in there intentionally, so you're not supposed to find them. I'm going to teach you how to find them because you deserve to feel great, not just okay. You deserve to feel great. All right. I also run a private Facebook group, and it's called Naturally Vibrant You. So I invite all of you to join me in Naturally Vibrant You in my Facebook group. We do some fun trainings. In there, we go through exercise to boost those and those good feelings. We do all kinds of fun things in that group. So I really do invite you to join us there as well. And it's a lot of fun. Okay. Things. If you believe that you have digestive issues that are contributing towards your mood, whether it's blood sugar, whether it's gas and bloating, whether it's indigestion, heartburn, nausea, diarrhea, constipation, all of that is digestive issues, okay? There is likely a pathogen there or a toxin. We need to remove those in order for you to get really good permanent results from changing your diet and affecting your mood. And the only way to do that is to work with a naturopath. Okay? Because a naturopath can identify what the pathogens are and we can eliminate them. We can eliminate them permanently. So that is the goal. So if you're interested in balancing hormones and neurotransmitters and nutrient deficiencies, eliminating pathogens and toxins, visit me at my website, vibrantwellcare.net, and book your appointment. Let's find out all of the issues for you. Let's go through food sensitivities so that you're only eating those foods that are good for you, right? And you're avoiding those foods that are not good for you. Learning what your body likes, learning how your body feels when you're eating. That is one of the most fun things that I get to teach my clients all the time. They come back in after their second appointment and they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how my body was talking to me. I ate this thing you told me I wasn't supposed to. And all of a sudden, within a couple of hours, I started getting sort of sluggish and kind of tired. And then the next day, my fingers were a little tight. And the clients now start to recognize how their body responds to certain foods. So it's not just being allergic to something. It's not just adding good foods in. It's really learning truly how to balance the foods that your body will eat. Yeah, that's a huge thing. And once you can start to feel how foods affect you, it is so much easier to make better choices. Because you're going to look at a whole buffet of food and you're going to say, okay, I know what I'm going to feel if I eat that. I know what I'm going to feel if I eat that. And I know that that's going to give me energy. And so those choices about mindset become so much easier because we don't want to feel yucky. We don't want our body to be inflamed. We don't want our mood to be depressed or our blood sugar to spike and be anxious. All of that stuff is manageable. We can get rid of it. And that is so much fun to see clients on that journey when they learn how to eat the foods that truly nourish their body. Now, sometimes when we have been nutrient deficient for a very long time and our gut is compromised, you cannot get enough nutrition out of food to build back up that deficiency. So when that happens, we do need supplementation. So things like B12, folate, vitamin C, zinc, those kinds of deficiencies, vitamin D, those kinds of deficiencies do tend to need supplementation because we need such big quantities of them to overcome a deficiency. That those foods that we are eating, even though they're really, really good foods, they don't necessarily contain all of the nutrients that they used to. And it has to do with how they're farmed, how they're packaged, how they're taken care of, and how we can break them down. So often, if we do have nutrient deficiencies, we do need to do some kind of supplementation to really get you over that hump. And then once we get those deficiencies built back up, then we can move back to food and rely on our diet for the majority of our nutrients. But if we're dealing with chronic mood issues, anxiety, depression, compulsiveness, we likely have some significant nutrient deficiencies that are going to require supplementation. So things like fish oil or borage seed oil. Remember I said some people's bodies don't like fish. If you're an A blood type, your body really isn't going to love fish all that well. So go to the plant versions and you'll do borage seed oil or black seed oil. That's a concentrated form of those essential fatty acids that your body can really use. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Has anybody got any questions? Anything they would like to talk about?
What about those who think that they're unsure? You said, that there's sometimes you need such large amounts. How does one know whether or not they're deficient?
So you can go by symptom profile. If you're going to do it on your own, there's a lot of DIYers out there and they want to figure it out on their own. And if you're going to do that, you just go to Dr. Google and find out what the symptom profile of B12 deficiency is, right? And that's going to be your best way. If you work with a naturopath, we have all kinds of tools. We can do muscle testing. We can do bioenergetic screening. We can do blood tests. We can do all kinds of things to find those balances. But if you're going to DIY it, it's got to be through symptom profile, and never take nutrients individually. Always take them as a group. Your body wants the B complex. It doesn't just want folate, right? Because it uses them all together.
Dr. Olson, thank you so much. I wanted to also ask this, because there are so many people that are watching from all over the country.
Yes.
If they wanted to get in touch with you, I have put all your .nets and all the freebies that you mentioned. I've got them in there because I know that is awesome. I'll be right on that here in a jiffy. But we have questions like, okay, if I can't get to you and they wanted to see, do you have a way that you could say, a way to do a blood test without them physically coming to your state, to your area?
I do remote appointments with clients all over the world. I do this all of the time. And I don't personally need blood tests to make it work. I do a lot of bioenergetic screening to find out where your body wants its support. And that's how we identify the pathogens and the nutrients and the food sensitivities and all of those other things. Yep. And it's called a remote consultation, and you can find it on my website. It's so easy. We would spend an hour together on that consultation talking about your concerns, your symptoms, your issues, and then your specific solutions, because they really, truly are different for every person.
Wow, this is so amazing. This is incredible help to so many people.
Good.
So I can't tell you enough how this is going to help so many. Have you found that when they're thinking about, oh my gosh, I don't know where to begin, what would you say is the first step? To just simply call you, or where would you say, okay, step number one is?
So that goes back to, again, do you want to DIY this, or do you want someone to walk you through and make it really efficient? If you're looking for the most efficient, quickest route, you're going to book your appointment right now. Right? Book your remote consultation, and I will tell you everything. I will tell you what diet, I will tell you what pathogens, I will tell you what nutrients, I will tell you what foods, I will tell you everything. If you want to DIY it, I would start with a whole foods diet. Right? Get rid of all the packaged foods, all the processed foods. It doesn't matter if it's raw or cooked, right? Depends on your person. Meat, no meat, everybody needs a little bit, but basically a whole fresh foods diet. That's where I would start if you want to DIY this one.
Okay, we have a lot of ladies who are talking about they're at work and they're very busy. And so that's the reason they go to processed foods. Do you have a tip or a trick where they could do something and make it a little less stressful when they come home? They've worked all day and they don't want to spend 2 hours cooking?
Absolutely. So there are lots of food services out there that will deliver meals, all prepped and ready to go. All you have to do is warm them up. Okay, that's a super easy way to do it. Meal prepping on your own. Take the weekend and meal prep your evenings. Okay, there have been so many studies that have shown that our willpower diminishes as our day goes on. So it's like we have a certain capacity for making good decisions. And once our capacity has been reached, we're going to make bad decisions after that. So if you can make all of those difficult decisions early in the day, like in the morning, I'm going to set out my meal that I food prepped the week before, right? I'm going to set it out from the freezer and it's on the counter. So when I get home, that's my choice. That choice has already been made within the window of my capability for making good choices. I think it's super interesting that our willpower has a limit.
Now that is one huge, amazing tip and trick right there.
Yep.
Do you have anything else that you feel like you would like to address? You have given, oh my goodness, the information. I could not write fast enough. So I'm going to have to go back and see this again and fill in the blanks as
Good.
You were talking and I was writing. Wow, this is such excellent, wonderful information. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate it.
Oh, I hope it helps people.
World.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I love to do. I love to give information and teach people how to live that vibrant life that they're craving.
Yes, yes. Just looking to see if I had any other specific questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So everyone watching is welcome to join my private Facebook group. I actually do answer questions in there a lot. I'm in that group every day. Clients post questions in there. People who are thinking about being clients post questions in there. There's learning units in there where I've done a bunch of training that is helpful for my clients, different diet plans, different exercise plans, different tools to help you feel better. So everyone is welcome to join that. It's called Naturally Vibrant You, and you can find it on Facebook.
Okay, I had put that in the chat, Naturally Vibrant You, and that's YOU as in you, correct?
Correct.
Naturally Vibrant You, and
Yep.
that's the Facebook group.
That is my Facebook group. Yep.
Oh, I'm very excited to learn so much more. Thank you again.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. So if there's anything else I can do, please reach out to me. You'll find all of my information on my websites, on my Facebook pages. I have a YouTube channel where I do a lot of training. I try not to hide.
Oh, that's excellent. So your YouTube channel would be your name, Melissa?
Yeah, it's Vibrant
Olson?
Well Care. Yep.
Oh, Vibrant Well Care.
Vibrant Well Care. Yep. As a matter of fact, I just posted yesterday 2 1-hour gentle yoga videos.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
because I've
yeah.
got clients all the time, they're like, but yoga makes me feel good. I'm like, super, let's get some videos out there so that you can feel good and move.
Do you feel like can you address anything like for the more mature generation and they can't move a lot? Does this yoga, does that help them, or would they do
Absolutely.
anything different?
Absolutely. Gentle yoga is the best way to start, because in gentle yoga, we typically work on stretching. We work on range of motion, right? Like moving the shoulders in the right direction, lubricating the joints, moving the spine. It's very, very easy. We don't typically do really difficult poses, nothing that's going to get your heart rate up. We typically move very slowly, and we use props because sometimes we all need a little extra support.
Wow. You are just a wealth of wonder. I can't wait. And so now that you said that was on your YouTube channel, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Oh, wow. Well, I'm just really excited about finding out all your groups. I think I have already, while you were talking, I have downloaded your tips for anxiety.
Awesome.
So that would be great. And I've got all that in a chat in our, communication here. I'll put it again in the Facebook group, which is by
Perfect.
the same name of the summit. Thank you again.
My
You are
pleasure.
so wonderful to give your time to us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. This is a lot of fun. So I hope we can do it again sometime.
Well, I plan on doing the summit again, I think in January. So we just might have to talk again.
That sounds wonderful. Wonderful. And anyone is welcome to reach out to me and ask questions and get some answers.
Thank you again, Dr. Olson. You are so wonderful. I
Not a
appreciate
problem.
it, and I hope you have a great week.
You have a great week too, Gail. Thank you.